Good evening. My name is Jacques Fromelt.
And I'm Cam McClellan. Thank you for watching EDC1200 News.
We interrupt your regular viewing to bring you breaking news on another boatload of illegal immigrants arriving at Christmas Island.
Sorry, Jacques, I'll just have to stop you there. Your terminology is not quite right. In actual fact, the UN Refugee Convention, to which Australia is a signatory, recognises that refugees have a lawful right to enter the country to seek asylum, regardless of how they arrive or whether they hold valid travel or identity documents. The Convention stipulates that what would normally be considered an illegal entry, for example entering a country without a visa, should not be treated as illegal if a person is seeking asylum. This means that it is incorrect to refer to asylum seekers who arrive without authorisation as illegal, as they in fact have a lawful right to enter Australia to seek asylum.
Okay, sorry about that. I stand corrected. Asylum seekers. The Department of Immigration and Citizenship Statistics reported in 2010-2011 that 5,175 applications were received for irregular maritime arrivals, or IMA, that is in common language, boat people. Much has been said in Parliament about this topic.
Are at real risk of seeing more boats. That is very, very clear.
It is actually sad to see the Liberal Party in this state of negativity.
Sorry to interrupt, but breaking news has just come to my attention. It appears that the media and politicians have neglected to tell you about the number of asylum seekers arriving by other means. 6,316 people have applied for asylum that have actually arrived by air. We tried to find a soundbite regarding these figures, but apparently it is not as dramatic and newsworthy.
So what makes them different?
I suppose if a person arrives by boat and pays someone thousands of dollars, then they can't be a real asylum seeker.
Quite the opposite, in fact. In this day and age, the media portrays boat people as queue jumpers, paying for the right to come to Australia, when in fact these people are fleeing from war and persecution, and economic factors do not come into it. Whether a person is poor and uneducated or a wealthy professional should not be considered when it comes to life and death persecution.
So Jacques, do you think the media and political parties deliberately target boat people, as they don't align with the hegemonic norm of in most cases, are on the opposite side of the axis of identity of the majority of Australians, meaning middle class, white and Christian? They also don't have the ability to stand up for themselves, as in most cases they are locked in detention centres with little access to the outside world.
You could be right. What they do fail to realise is that Australia is a cultural melting pot. It began with migrants, and each group has added its own particular flavour to society. People are afraid of the unknown, of anything different, and so immediately come back to their xenophobic views. Politicians then respond with scare tactics, which makes their solution look so much better. It's unfair and in most cases untrue. Refugees have contributed greatly to this country, and I think they're a vital part of Australia's DNA.
Oh, absolutely. You're so right, Jacques. Like Frank Lowy, Australia's richest man and also the CEO of Westfield Shopping Centres. He arrived in Australia in 1952 from Czechoslovakia. There's also Tan Le, the Young Australian of the Year of 1998. She arrived from Vietnam on boat.
That's right.
Or there's the Honourable James Spingelman. He's the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court for New South Wales.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Perhaps we should be teaching young people the importance of tolerance and understanding, and help them understand why people would take such huge risks to come to Australia.
It's exactly what's going on in the local schools in our region. We cross now live to Year 5 teacher Mr Cameron McClellan, who is with our roaming reporter Jacques Fromelt. Jacques, can you hear me?
Yep, yes, thank you, Cam. I'm standing here with Cameron McClellan, a Year 5 teacher from the local primary school. So, Mr McClellan, what can you tell me about what you're doing with young people to teach them about the plight of our refugees and asylum seekers in Australia?
Thank you, Jack. Mr McClellan's so formal, you can call me sir if you like. The program in our school is designed to work with the Grade 5 H&P curriculum to help students recognise how beliefs, behaviours and social factors help to develop attitudes by discussing stereotypical images that we see in the media. We hope to generate empathy in our students for refugees.
Okay, and how are you accomplishing this?
The Australian Human Rights Commission has provided a very useful teaching resource for teachers called Face the Facts. The activities provided in this booklet enable us as teachers to explore current affairs relating to boat people and asylum seekers. It also deals with immigration, detention and refugees.
Right, that is a very heavy topic. Do you think Grade 5's the right time to be introducing these topics?
Well, you're quite right, Jacques. It can be difficult to make students understand the difficult subjects they see in the media. In our classroom we try and use a great deal of sensitivity. We try to slowly introduce these more difficult concepts over the final years of their primary school. So for example, in grade 5 we would start with an activity called What's It Like to Be a Refugee, where students are encouraged to explore the meanings of the words refugee and asylum seeker, and then brainstorm the reasons why people might seek asylum and become refugees. The class can then participate in some role-playing activities where they may have to leave their home in an hour and make hard decisions as to what they can and should quickly pack to take with them.
Okay, that certainly sounds educational and engaging. Do the students actually have any first-hand experience with asylum seekers?
Well, Jack, some do, but most don't. So to get the students to personally connect in years grades 6 and 7, we ask a former asylum seeker to come and talk to our class for a question and answer session. We leave this until they're a little older and mature enough to understand and appreciate the stories they're being told.
Okay, what is it that you're trying to achieve by performing these activities?
Well, Jack, it's...
Sorry, Jacques.
Yeah, that's what I said. Well, Jack, the aim of these activities is to encourage students to gain empathy for refugees, to put themselves in someone else's shoes. By doing this, we hope to mediate the difference in our society between refugees and the rest of society.
Okay, very interesting, certainly. I hope you succeed. There are some very interesting lessons being taught in our classrooms and our local schools. Back to you in the studio, Cam.
Thank you, Jack. Jacques. It's great to know the schools are trying to do something about the misinformation and politicising of a very important and very human issue.
I couldn't agree more. Just to recap, another boatload of asylum seekers has legally entered Australian waters. The media and government continue to victimise boat people by playing politics with these people's lives, at the same time neglecting to inform us on the real situation.
That's right, Jacques. Who would have thought that a politician would be dishonest? But fortunately, teachers are trying to teach acceptance and understanding.
We return you now to your scheduled programming. Good night from me.
Our next update will be at 6:30. Hope to see you then. Good night.
Good night.